In a world relentlessly pushing definitions upon us, a silent revolution awaits, one that reclaims the very essence of who you are. We're constantly told who to be, what to believe, and how to act. But what if your true power lies not in conforming, but in a profound act of self-reconstruction? This isn't just about personal growth. It's about the alchemy of identity, a potent process that transmutes the lead of old limitations into the gold of a new reality. Have you ever felt the subtle tug of an unlived life, a deeper truth yearning to emerge from within? That persistent whisper, often masked by the noise of daily demands, is the unseen architecture of your highest potential, waiting to be consciously forged. Consider the constraints that bind you, the echoes of past failures, the labels imposed by others, the unconscious habits that dictate your days. These aren't eternal prisons. They are merely outdated blueprints of a self you've outgrown. The discomfort you feel isn't a sign of weakness, but a powerful signal that your current identity is no longer sufficient to contain the magnificent reality you aspire to create. It's a call to dissolve the rigid structures of the old self, to step into the fluid, transformative state where true creation begins. This is where the alchemist's work truly commences, not with external elements, but with the raw, untamed material of your own consciousness. We are not passive recipients of destiny. We are active sculptors of our own becoming, constantly reshaping the very essence of who we are to manifest the reality we desire. The journey into the alchemy of identity begins with a ruthless honesty, confronting the invisible chains of self-imposed limitations. These aren't always grand failures. Often, they are the subtle, ingrained patterns of thought and behavior that keep us small, safe, and perpetually within our comfort zone. They manifest as the voice whispering, "You're not good enough," "It's too hard," or "This isn't for people like you." This internal dialogue, though seemingly innocent, constructs the very boundaries of your perceived reality. To reshape the self, we must first become detectives of our own consciousness, meticulously uncovering these hidden blueprints that dictate our responses, our reactions, and ultimately, our manifestations. This process is a form of conscious deconstruction. It involves recognizing that the masks we wear, the roles we play in society, the personas we adopt to fit in, are not our true essence. While they serve a purpose, clinging to them prevents the emergence of your authentic self, the powerful, unconditioned being that longs to express its highest potential. The discomfort you feel when faced with a new challenge, or when attempting to break an old habit, is often the friction between your evolving truth and the outdated identity trying to hold you back. Embrace this friction. It is the catalyst for transformation, signaling the precise point where the old begins to dissolve, making way for the new. By actively identifying and questioning these limiting beliefs, we begin the profound work of consciously managing our own evolution. Having identified and begun to dissolve the old, limiting identities, we now turn to the active phase of conscious self-reconstruction. This is where the true architectural work begins. It's not about adopting a new mask, but about deeply integrating new paradigms of thought and behavior that resonate with the grander reality you intend to forge. This involves deliberately choosing which qualities, beliefs, and values you wish to embody, seeing them not as distant ideals, but as inherent aspects of your emerging self. We tap into the power of archetypes, universal patterns of energy and consciousness, to guide this process. By aligning with the wise sage, the fearless explorer, or the abundant creator, you draw upon ancient blueprints of human potential, making their power accessible within your own being. This strategic repatterning extends beyond mere positive affirmations. It requires consistent, mindful action that reinforces your new identity. Every choice, every response to a challenge, every word you speak becomes an opportunity to step into the shoes of the self you are becoming. This is the managed evolution of the I, where you intentionally shape your desired personal image. The integration of new habits, the cultivation of self-compassion, and the relentless pursuit of authenticity are not just practices. They are the very threads with which you weave the fabric of your transformed self. Through this deliberate process, your inner world becomes a fertile ground for the manifestation of your deepest desires, including the creation of personal and material abundance as a natural outcome of your internal growth. The alchemy of identity culminates in a profound understanding. Your internal transformation is not an isolated event, but a direct catalyst for reshaping your external reality. The subtle shifts in your self-perception, the dissolution of old fears, and the embodiment of new archetypes send ripples through the quantum field of possibilities. When you fundamentally redefine who you are, the universe responds in kind, reflecting your newfound essence back to you through opportunities, relationships, and circumstances that align with your higher vibration. This is the effortless unfolding of desired reality, where the flow state you previously mastered becomes a natural consequence of your redefined self. This isn't merely about attracting what you want. It's about becoming the person who effortlessly attracts it. The internal resistance that once hindered your flow state now transforms into a powerful current of conscious creation, because the source of that resistance, an old, misaligned identity, has been transmuted. Your expanded consciousness naturally draws in experiences and resources that confirm your new, empowered state, including the sustained creation of material abundance. This direct correlation between internal re-architecture and external manifestation underscores the project's core message. True prosperity begins within. By actively engaging in this alchemical process, you become not just a participant in your life, but the master architect of your reality, consciously forging a future aligned with your highest vision. As we draw this exploration of the alchemy of identity to a close, remember that the true power lies not in merely understanding these concepts, but in their consistent application. Your identity is a living, breathing blueprint, constantly being refined by your choices, your focus, and your willingness to transcend perceived limitations. The journey of self-reconstruction is an ongoing, exhilarating process of continuous refinement, where each decision to embody a higher truth reinforces your capacity to manifest a grander reality. The internal resistance that once felt like a barrier is now understood as merely the raw material for your next breakthrough, a call to integrate even deeper layers of your authentic self. The goal is not perfection, but persistent evolution. What small, deliberate choice can you make today that aligns with the person you are becoming, rather than the person you were? How can you consciously step into the archetype of the architect of reality in your daily life? This is where the profound philosophical insights meet tangible, actionable change, transforming theory into lived experience. Embrace the beautiful paradox that by dissolving what you thought you were, you uncover the limitless potential of who you truly are. The universe eagerly awaits your new self, ready to reflect back the abundance, purpose, and joy that inherently belong to your redesigned reality. This is not just personal growth. It is the ultimate act of conscious creation, transforming yourself to transform your world.
Remember, the seeker's path never ends. If you feel a deep readiness for new discoveries and limitless horizons of understanding, join us. Your place is already waiting in our community so we can continue this journey together. See you at the next stage of your true transformation.